Hello. So, starting a new series of videos. Would I upgrade these to 4K? I know AJ, he's been doing a similar series to this, where he's looking at his collection and sort of, giving his justification whether he'd upgrade it to 4K or whether he's happy with the Blu-ray or even the DVD. So, we're going to get into that today on the channel. So I'm going to do a series of videos just going through the collection, looking at the films I don't have on 4K that are just on Blu-ray or DVD, and kind of just saying my thoughts as to whether I would upgrade it or not. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first film, Replicas. So I had this on Blu-ray. It did come with a digital download. I didn't redeem that. I'm not really one for digital codes. Did I enjoy this film? Yeah, it was all right. Would I upgrade it? No, I don't think so. It's quite, it's one of those films that's very sort of B movie sort of rated, I guess. It was entertaining, but it's not sort of a film I'm going to revisit that much. Would it warrant 4K? I don't know really. I mean, there's obviously scenes with these sort of robots and things, a lot of CGI, so I don't necessarily think it would benefit from it. So no, this will just stay as a Blu-ray. Next up, okay, so this is a 3D title, so it's the film Drive Angry. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed this in 3D, and that's probably the preferred way that I will watch the film. So I wouldn't upgrade this to 4K if a 4K came along. I don't think there is one, certainly not in the UK, but the 3D is my preferred way of watching the film. So yeah, again, happy with this. Next up is the film The Raid. Now, I do have this twice. I do have a steelbook for it as well, and that may come up in a future episode. But this is the HMV exclusive with a nice lenticular. Comes with the Little White Lies mini magazine as well. Nice lenticular on this one. Really enjoy the film. Would I upgrade it to 4K? No, I don't think I would. I'm really happy with this edition. As I say, I do have a steelbook version as well, which I thoroughly like having in the collection. It may come up again, like I say, but no, perfectly happy with the Blu-ray for this film. Next up, film Devil, M. Night Shyamalan film. I quite enjoyed this film. Obviously all based in an elevator. Again, certainly not a film that I would consider upgrading to 4K. I've popped it in a red case, which I think really complements it. It looks pretty good on Blu-ray. Like I say, it's all set in an elevator anyway, so I don't really see the benefit of 4K picture. The only possible thing that might be is sort of an Atmos or a DTS X upgrade in the sound. It does have a DTS soundtrack on here, but to be honest, I mean, I can upscale this sort of thing on my receivers, so I get kind of a pseudo effect. So yeah, more than happy with the Blu-ray. Next up, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Absolutely love this film. After Die Hard, this is the next film. I'm not that keen on Die Hard 2. I think it's all right, but I really enjoy this film. And if a 4K did come along for this one, I would be very tempted. I love the chemistry between Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson in the film. It's got a lot of great scenes in the film, so I think a possible 4K upgrade for this I would consider, maybe even a collector's edition as well. I don't actually own Die Hard on 4K either. Again, we'll get to that in another episode, but yeah, certainly I would consider Die Hard with a Vengeance as a potential 4K upgrade, and maybe a special edition as well. Okay, next up is the film Assassin's Creed. Again, this is it says it's a Blu-ray, but actually underneath the slip is the 3D version of this film. Again, it's an entertaining film. You know, it's nothing great. It's based on a video game series. Again, I'd probably watch the 3D, is my preferred way of looking at the film. Yeah, it's got a lot of sort of action set pieces in it. A lot of cityscapes and this kind of thing. So I guess it probably would look good on 4K. But I don't feel the need to upgrade it, to be honest. Quite happy with the 3D version and the 2D Blu-ray. Next up is the film Manhunter, the original film starring Dr. Lecter, played by Brian Cox. Yeah, this was before Silence of the Lambs, yeah, absolutely love this film. Again, I'd be very tempted to sort of get a 4K upgrade to this. I don't know whether there is one out there. I don't think there's one in the UK, but yeah, stick down in the comments if you know if there's a 4K of this. Yeah, really like this film. I've popped it in a red case because I think it complements the artwork. Blu-ray looks pretty good. It's got a 5.1 DTS master audio mix on it. But yeah, I'll be quite tempted if they did do a 4K and even a collector's edition for this film, because I do really love the film. I think it's fantastic. Very 80s sort of, you know, well, it's Michael Mann, I think. Yeah, it is Michael Mann. Yeah, absolutely sort of very much around that time of Miami Vice, that kind of era. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I think it would look great on 4K, and be pretty interested, yeah, if they did do, you know, the treatment on this. Okay, next up is the film The Woman in Black. Again, really enjoyed this film. I thought it was done really well. I've got a nice lenticular on this one, Blu-ray again, and again I'd be tempted with a 4K, especially if you could get an Atmos soundtrack. And what's the soundtrack on this one? DTS master audio, so even a DTS X would be great on this. I do think the sound would be fantastic because there's so much going on in this film in the background, obviously all set in the haunted house. I think HDR would look quite good with this film because there's a lot of dark scenes, a lot of stuff in the shadows. But then again, would it actually make it less atmospheric? With the HDR, it brings out more detail. Would it then take away from the film? That's something to consider. I'd have to be, yeah, probably if they did do a 4K of this, I'd like to hear reviews first and hear what the sort of opinion of others would be. I'm tempted, but you know, I've got the Blu-ray version, and it's more than happy, you know, more than happy to watch this film in this format. It's very good, but yeah, a potential for a 4K, but after reviews, I think. And following on from The Woman in Black is The Woman in Black, Angel of Death. So the sequel, this is sort of set in World War II era. Again, not as good as the first film, but I didn't mind it, and it looks fine on Blu-ray. I don't think I would be tempted with a 4K upgrade for this one. Not quite as good as the first one, so I'm happy just with the Blu-ray for this film. Okay, so next up is The Gods of Egypt. yeah, very popcorny film, very daft, very silly, but it's in the vein of sort of the Mummy trilogy, those kind of films, Scorpion King, all of those sorts. Now I do have the 3D edition of this, and again, it's probably my preferred way of watching the film. Would I upgrade to a 4K? No, I don't think so. As I say, there's a lot of CGI in this, and maybe the CGI would become more noticeable in a 4K upgrade. And as I've got the 3D, I think I'd be quite happy just to stick with what I've got here. So yeah, no upgrade for this one. Okay, next up is the Legend of Tarzan. Now this was gifted to me by AJ. Now it says the Blu-ray there, but actually it is the 3D Blu-ray. Again, now quite happy with the 3D with this. I have seen it once in 3D. I need to revisit this actually. Now interestingly enough, this does have a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, which you do sometimes get on Blu-rays and 3D Blu-rays. I don't know whether it's reserved for the just the Blu-ray disc or whether it's on the 3D. I'm not sure. Doesn't tell me on there, but no, more than happy to have this in the 3D format because it's set in the jungle as well. 3D is always really good in the sort of jungle environments. There's a lot of depth, perception of depth and all of this kind of thing. Not to say that a 4K would you know, bring out the colours. You know, I think maybe for a lot of people a 4K upgrade would be, you know, be quite tempted by it, but no, I'm more than happy just with the Blu-ray and the 3D Blu-ray. Next up is, yeah, this is an absolute classic John Carpenter film, Assault on Precinct 13. Really enjoy this film. I actually enjoy the remake as well. Although I don't really see that as a remake. It's almost like it's, I almost want to call it a Assault on Precinct 14. Because it's very, very different to this film. This film was great for its time. Very brutal in places. The ice cream van scene, that. So this was a second sight edition, and it was upgraded, I think, or remastered. Would I have a 4K of this? Potentially. You know, it is an absolute classic from John Carpenter. More than happy with the second sight. But yeah, if a 4K did come along, maybe tempted. I know there was a limited edition for this one as well, which I never got my hands on. I managed to pick this up. I think it was CEX. Wasn't too bad a price. I do like having it in the black case as well. So yeah, again, I'd probably want to hear whether from reviews whether it's worth the upgrade or not, but a potential for upgrade. Next up is the film Local Hero. This is starring Burt Lancaster. Absolutely fantastic film, this, from the 1980s. Wonderful soundtrack by Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits. Fantastic. Directed by Bill Forsyth. David Putnam produced it, and he wrote it as well. Potentially a 4K would look great, I think, because it's all set in the Scottish Highlands. Some wonderful sort of landscapes in this film. Yeah, I did have it on DVD for many years, and I did actually gift that one to AJ. So hopefully he'll be watching that at some point. I did upgrade to this. This is newly remastered. I think I may have watched this once with the remaster. It looks very good. But yeah, potential for another upgrade on this one. Again, probably need to hear reviews as to whether it's worth the upgrade. But there's some wonderful scenes in this with the Aurora Borealis. So I guess all those colours would look great with the HDR grading. So yeah, Local Hero is a potential. Okay, next up is the film Haywire. I think this was Dan's Man Cave gifted this to me. Quite enjoyed the film actually. I thought it was very good. All-star cast in it. Would I upgrade it to 4K? No. I think it's perfectly fine on the Blu-ray format. Very enjoyable film. Dolby Digital 5.1 and DTS Master Audio mix on here. So perfectly happy with the Blu-ray. Okay, next up is U571. Now AJ recently gifted this to me. Submarine film. I have to admit I don't think I've seen it at all. Need to check this out at some point. So again, because I haven't really seen it, I'm not sure whether it would be an upgrade for me. I think I'd be more than happy with just the Blu-ray. Next up is the film Showdown in Little Tokyo. So this is a Spanish edition, I think it is. Really nice steelbook, really heavily embossed here. I do enjoy the film. It's got sort of postcards with this edition as well. Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren. A lot of fun. Yeah, very cheesy, but I quite enjoy it. Again, I don't really think a 4K is needed for this film. More than happy with this edition. Very nice steelbook. So yeah, really happy with the Blu-ray for this. Next up is the film Point Break. Now I do have a steelbook of this, which is an earlier release, and then they did bring out the remaster of the Blu-ray and the 4K. Now I was humming and hawing about whether to upgrade to the 4K or not, and I did listen to some reviews and I heard that there wasn't a huge upgrade in this. I think the remaster of the Blu-ray compared to the old Blu-ray is a marginal uptick. I wasn't that overly impressed. There's different menu systems because it's Icon Pictures, this one, and I think the other one was Warner Brothers. So yeah, I just went for the Blu-ray on this. I don't feel the need to upgrade it to the 4K. Absolutely fantastic film, you know, really do enjoy this film. And if I hadn't have sort of known about the 4K, then I may well have been interested. But because I did a little bit of research into it, and the price difference between this and the 4K was considerable. I think it was twice the price for the 4K. And again, sort of with upscaling, I think it looks great. You know, I don't honestly see that much of an improvement over the previous Blu-ray, to be honest. But yeah, I'm more than happy with this on Blu-ray. And then following on from Point Break is the remake in 3D. Again, this is another sort of film I don't really feel it's a remake of the original. I kind of see it as its own thing. Again, I think the 3D in this looks absolutely fantastic. Kind of the highlight of the film. It's not particularly a great film at all. Like I say, I don't really compare it to the original film. You know, okay, it's got the name of it, and yes, the characters are, you know, the same characters, but it just feels like a totally different film. I kind of, the way I sort of watch this film is I don't link it with the original. I think of it as its own thing and quite enjoy the 3D. Okay, next up is another film bought fairly recently, and that's Bait in 3D. Shark film set in a supermarket in Australia. A lot of fun, totally daft, you know, but great popcorn entertainment. Thoroughly enjoyed it in the 3D format. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm quite happy with the Blu-ray. I say the 3D is the way I would watch this. I wouldn't really be that keen on getting a 4K upgrade if they did one. I don't know whether they have or not. It's got a 5.1 mix on it. So I get simulated HDR on it anyway, so it looked perfectly good. I say, pardon me, with the 3D, yeah, I'm more than happy with it just as it is. Okay, next up is the film Van Helsing. AJ recently gave this to me. Now I do have 2 DVD editions of this, which may come up in a future video. Yeah, again, totally daft popcorn action film starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale. The CGI in this is a bit iffy, but I don't mind it. It's a bit of fun. You know, you've got Dracula, the Wolfman, and Frankenstein in this sort of, yeah, just a bit of daft fun, you know, to stick on every now and again. Certainly wouldn't want to upgrade this to 4K. I mean, I did have just the DVD, but as I say, AJ had this spare copy going, gifted it to me, so yeah, more than happy with the Blu-ray for this film. Okay, so the last few things on here are TV series, which I don't have a lot of TV in the collection. I may do a video just showing what I have on TV. There's not much, but yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one being, get them in order, Season 1 of Star Trek The Next Generation. Now this was a great upgrade from the DVD. They show you on here sort of before and after shots. They went in and remastered all of these TV episodes to 1080p. I can't ever see them, to be honest, upgrading you know, this series or any of the other series sort of from the older Star Trek stuff. Obviously you got the, you know, the new TV stuff like Strange New Worlds and Discovery. I think maybe they might be on 4K if I'm not mistaken. I don't collect those. Just happy with the Next Generation and the original. So we've got Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. Again, they show you on the back. They added effects in as well, which was, you know, really, it must have taken them a long time because there's a lot of episodes of this TV series. Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, and then what I see is Season 8, but technically it is Picard, the final season. Now I don't think they did a 4K of this, I might be mistaken, but more than happy with just the Blu-ray version. I know there was a steelbook for this as well, Blu-ray I think. I'm more than happy with the Amaray version for this. Really enjoyed this 3rd season. I didn't think much to the first 2 seasons, if I'm honest, but this was a return to form. Looks great on Blu-ray, obviously shot modernly, digitally. It's got a DTS Master Audio mix on there. So yeah, more than happy with the Star Trek The Next Generation on Blu-ray. So hope you enjoyed that first sort of look at my collection as to what I would and wouldn't upgrade. Is there anything in this collection that you've seen that you would upgrade or wouldn't upgrade? Yeah, stick down in the comments. Be interested to hear your thoughts on any of these films that you'd like to see in a 4K upgrade, or you're just quite happy with the Blu-ray or even the DVD. So yeah, stick down in the comments. Please give the video a thumbs up, that really does help me out. It tells YouTube that you like this new series of videos, and if you're new here, why not consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the subscribe button down below, come and join the channel, hit notification bell so you'll be informed when a new episode of this comes up. I'm not sure exactly whether it's going to be a weekly thing or whether it's just sort of ad hoc. Just keep your eyes open. I'm not going to commit to anything, but yeah, I'm going to do more of these episodes looking at the collection. I do have quite a few 4Ks already, but those ones that I don't have 4Ks of, yeah, we'll be going through and I'll be sort of giving my reasons as to whether I'd like to upgrade it or whether I won't. Right guys, well that's the end of the video. Take care. See you next time.